Hey there, MiniWarGamers. Quirk here from MiniWarGaming.com with Dave.
Hello.
Do you prefer Dave or David?
David.
David. Hey, with David. There we go. And we're here to play some Warmachine. Today we're going to be playing a 35-point game of Mercenaries against...
Trolls.
Yes. Now, just to let you know, this is one of David's first games, so we are going to be kind of learning as we go. So if we happen to make any rules errors, please leave them in the comment section below with a page number for reference so that we can learn from it for future games. Also, guys, if you're interested in coming in, go to MiniWarGaming.com/challenge for all the details. If you're interested in playing 40K, Age of Sigmar, Fantasy, Warmachine, Hordes, X-Wing, Armada, or Cribbage?
Catch your breath.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm running out of breath here, but I'm not running out of games. But anyway, guys, if you're interested in doing that, go ahead and check us out there. In the meantime, let's go ahead and check out these forces. Starting off, we have my 35 points of Mercenaries. I'm bringing these Puppet Masters. So leading the charge here is going to be Exelon Thexus, and I'm using his tier list. With him in his battle group, he has a Wrecker Monstrosity. I have a unit of Mindbenders, and another unit of Mindbenders. And then I also have 2 Instigators to make up my full Tier 3 list for Exelon Thexus. Over here we have David's 35 points of Trolls.
So it's led by Gristle Bloodsong, the normal one. And then I've also got Braylon Wanderheart and the little unit of Highwaymen. And then here there's a Trollblood Impaler, a big unit of Creel Stonebearers, a Mauler, an Axa, and the big unit of Warders.
Very nice. And this is not a tier list, correct?
It's not a tier list, no.
Alrighty. And here we have the board that we're going to be playing on today. The game type that we're playing is Outflank, so there are 2 12-inch zones in the middle of the board. It is control for 1 point, dominate for 2. Points can start being scored at the end of the second player's second turn. Rolling off for deployment here. Alrighty, I'm going to go first. Which side would you like?
I'll have this one.
Alrighty. So deployment is done. Starting off with my Cephalix, I have my Mindslavers right here. I have a Instigator, I have my Wrecker, Exelon, another Instigator, and another unit of Mindslavers, or Benders. These are Mindbenders. And then on the other side of the board, we have your Highwaymen with the solo, I forget her name.
Braylon Wanderheart.
There we go. Then we also have these guys. I'm going to just...
The Warders.
Okay. Then we also have your Creelstone, we have your Mauler, and we have 2 more War Beasts.
The Impaler and the Axa, and then Gristle's back here.
Very nice. So, for those of you who don't know how my tier list works, I'm just going to quickly go over it right now. The way it works is that my Mindslavers get the special ability Ambush. And the way Ambush works is that at the start of the second turn, or any turn after the first, I get to basically deploy on any table edge aside from my opponents, and I deploy up to 3 inches and then get to activate as normal. So I have 2 units still kind of in a reserve type position right now that you'll see come on later on in the game. So starting off, what I'm going to do is allocate 1 focus over to my Wrecker so that he can run, and that will be it for allocation. And first things first, all of my Mindbenders are going to run up 10 inches. And because they're running, they will not get slowed down by this wall. Finishing their movement just outside of the zone. Next up, my second unit of Mindbenders are going to run, and they're just going to make their way up here. And because they're running, they're not slowed by anything. We're not treating this hill as difficult terrain, it's just kind of an elevation. Finishing their movement there, and making sure the leader still has command range on everybody. Both my agitators are going to run, just to try and help maintain their bubbles of agitation. My Wrecker is going to spend his focus and run, right up to here. Lastly, Exelon Thexus himself is going to just move 6 inches up to here, and cast a couple spells. First spell he will cast is Deceleration for 3, and what Deceleration does is everything within his control range of 16 gets +2 defense and armor, I believe. +2 defense and armor against any ranged attacks, so that should help me out against your Highwaymen. And that will be the end of Cephalix turn 1. Just going to do a quick overview on what my plan is right now, just because you guys have been asking for it a little bit. So these guys are going to move up and try and take on this zone for round 2. These guys are also going to move up to this zone to try and hold that for round 2. I'm leaving Exelon and the Wrecker in the middle so that he can actually try and make his way up to deal with the Mauler. And then I've also got my 2 guys in reserve. The 1 unit from reserve is actually going to come in from this table edge to try and take care of the Highwaymen. And then depending on how far of a flank he goes this way, I'm going to have the other ones come in from reserve on this side to try and deal with them. If he doesn't go that far, I have another unit that can also help out with the Highwaymen. And that's my plan for turn 2. Moving over to the Trollbloods. What's your first move?
I'm going to start with Gristle, and I'm going to put all but 1 of my Fury into the Fury Vault. so that it increases its range by 5 inches. So it's a 9-inch plus 2 armor bubble.
Very nice.
For everyone now.
Next up.
And then she's going to do her song Hoof It on the warders so that they can move up further.
Alright, so Hoof It is a special ability where at the end of the turn, they get to make another move action.
And then she's just going to move up there a bit with her Fury.
With speed 6, more than enough.
So
Alright.
the warders are going to run up, so they're going to get to the edge of that.
Alright, speed 4 going 8 inches.
So the Mauler is going to rile, and then he's going to run.
Okay.
And he's going to run up to 10.
Right.
So he's up here.
And sitting on 2 Fury.
So the Impaler is going to rile and run. So he's got 2 Fury, and he's going to go up 10.
Again, ignoring that wall because he's running.
So he's just... And the Axer is going to run up with his Spear Friend. And just there.
Maintaining his 5 focus needed. Next up is the Creelstone.
It's going to run up there.
Making their way up. And maintaining that ridiculously large bubble. And the Highwayman.
Just going to move to the edge of the hill.
Good call. And then Braylon.
Is going to run down here. Ooh, yeah.
And there we go. And that will be the end of the turn, so this will trigger Hoof It, so they get to move up an extra 4 inches. Putting them well into the zone. So that'll be the end of the Trollbloods turn 1. What's your plan so far?
Okay, so the warders and the Mauler are kind of go over here and hold this, and then the 2 war beasts over here are going to be in there, and Gristle and the Creelstone's kind of going to try and be in the middle so that when they cast the Aura next turn, everything in both areas is going to get it, and then the Highwaymen are going to try and make sure that this one's definitely mine. I'm going to focus a lot more on getting this one.
Good call. Alrighty, here we go into Mercenaries, turn 2. Starting off, I get all of my focus back, and Deceleration will drop. So, start of my second turn, I've decided to trigger my ambush with my Mindslaver. So I have 1 unit right there, and then I have another unit coming up right here to try and take out your Highwaymen. So we'll see how they do. I might have a little bit of trouble cracking that armor, though. And I've also allocated 3 focus over to my Wrecker. So before I do it, I'm going to explain kind of what my plan is here to see if I could do some sort of an alpha strike. I'm going to have Exelon move up to here, and he's going to pop his feet. And what his feet does is allows me to move every model within his control range of 16, 2 inches. It's a push, not a place, so I can't turn them around, which would be amazing. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend 2 focus, because I've mathed this out. So I'm going to spend 2 focus, and I'm going to telekinesis my Wrecker 2 inches to here to give him, basically not requiring Pathfinder to get past the tree, to go after the Mauler that's going to get pulled up 2 inches to here. So we should be able to make that reach range no problem. With Beatback, I should be able to also knock stuff into here and Bloodbath and do some damage over there. Over here, what I'm going to have is I'm going to have these guys move up to get within range to pass Adrenal Flood onto this unit. And Adrenal Flood is basically a range 6, plus 4 to your mat, plus 4 to your strength ability, and it also gives you a 4-inch move. So these guys, I'll be able to give it to 3 guys, and they'll be able to move up 4 inches. Then I'm going to have my Agitator move up to here. He's going to fire off Instigate, which gives an extra +2 to the mat and strength of the model. So these guys will basically be hitting at POW 19 or 20, and then they're going to charge in here and try and hit these guys and do some damage to them. I'm also going to have this guy prior to the Wrecker moving up. This guy's going to move up to here and also fire off his Agitate to try and give the Wrecker a little bit more damage against the Mauler. And then these guys are going to try to tie up these guys over here to get me this zone. That's my plan. Let's see how it works. So starting off, Exelon's going to move right up to here. And the first thing he's going to do is pop his feet. So just for quick reference, his feat is called the Telekinetic Tide. I get to push each enemy non-Warlock, non-Warcaster model currently in Exelon's control area 2 inches in any direction. So I got to measure the area to see who's in it, and then I get to move them. We'll see where they end up. Alright, so post-feat movement, I've moved these guys a little bit closer to them. I've moved these guys up a little bit closer to these guys, just to kind of help tie them up a little bit. Pushed him back a little, moved the Mauler up, moved these 2 War Beasts up. That was all that was in my control range, but I'm pretty happy with where everybody's placed. So next, what am I going to do? We'll find out. So next up, because of how close the Mauler is, I'm actually going to spend 3 focus here and do Rampager. And what Rampager is, it's a range 10 spell that I can cast on enemy non-character War Beasts. And what it allows me to do is take control of that War Beast, perform 1 movement and 1 normal action. I'm going to fire it off at the Mauler here. So the Mauler's defense 12. I have a focus level of 8, so I need a 4 to hit. Oh, and I missed. Well, that backfired, so on to plan B, telekinesis. Gonna put him 2 inches over here so that he can get the charge on the Mauler. Next up, my agitator here is going to move up 6 inches to here and cast Instigate. And what Instigate does is it's a 5-inch bubble that allows every monstrosity and drudge, so these guys and him, +2 to hit and +2 to damage. Then I'm going to have my Wrecker activate, and he's going to charge your Mauler. Because I have an enemy model within 10 inches of my caster, I don't have to pay a focus for him to charge. And that is from the special ability Aggressive Reaction. So he does successfully make the charge with a 2-inch reach, and he's also within the 5-inch range of the agitator. So he's normally mat 5 against your defense 12, but he has +2 from the Instigate ability. So he's mat 7 against your defense 12. I'm looking for a 5 to hit. This will be from the charge. And I get it. And the Mauler has armor 18, but because I have, and I'm normally 17, but because I have Instigate up, I'm now 19, so this will be dice +1 for damage. It'll be 3 dice damage for the charge. The blue dice will be which bracket? And that's going to be, that's 17 to your 3. And with 1 attack, taking out the body entirely. So going for the next attack here, looking for a 5 to hit. And that'll trigger. And this will be dice +1 for damage. And that's going to be 12 to the 1. And that will outright kill the Mauler. But you do get to reave the Fury back, so that goes back to your caster. And because I hit with both my attacks, it does trigger Chain Attack Bloodbath, so I get to make 1 melee attack against everything in my melee range. So I won't be here, but I do have your Impaler within melee range there. So looking for a 5 to hit the Impaler, and I got it. This will be dice +3 for damage against him, and that will be 9 to the 2. And that will also trigger Beatback, which I'm going to use. And that will trigger Beatback, so you get knocked back 1 inch, and I will follow up 1 inch. And I will buy an attack and swing again. Looking for that 5 to hit, and I got it. Dice +3 for damage, and that will cause 9, 10, 11, 12 to your, let's just reroll, that was cocked. That's going to be 12 to your 3. And again, triggering Beatback, so knock back 1 inch, and following up 1 inch. Going to buy another attack and swing at that guy right there. 5 to hit. That's going to hit, and I'm pretty sure that kills him because he has only 1 box. But on the hit, he will get pushed back 1 inch, and I will definitely capitalize on that and move up to right here and swing at your Axer. Buying the last attack against the Axer here. Looking for that 5 to hit. Got it. Sweet dice +1 for damage. And that will do 9 to the 1. That went surprisingly well. So next up, going over here, I'm going to have these guys advance up. So finishing their movement there, what I'm going to do is actually channel a Adrenal Flood through these 3 into 3 over here, and the ones that are in range are him to there, so he will get 1, this one to right here, and this one to right there. So basically 1, 2, and 3 are going to get Adrenal Floods. So we have 1, 2, and 3 right there. But as a result from channeling the spells, these guys do die. One of the special rules for Adrenal Flood is that the models that are instantly affected by it get to make a 4-inch advance. And they will advance to right there. Next up, what I'm going to do is have my Instigator move 6 inches to right here, or my Agitator, sorry, move 6 inches up to there, hopefully not fall over on the zone, and trigger Instigate to give out that 5-inch bubble. Now that that bubble's out, what I'm going to do is activate the Mind Slaver unit, and they're going to receive a run charge order. So finishing their charges, this is just really confusing in here, so I'm going to try and point it out as best I can. There was a successful charge here, this one charged there, and then this one, this one, I'm already mixing them up, charged in here. So I have 1, 2, 3 successful charges, but the sad thing is only 2 of them are actually in range of the Instigate. So this one right here is not. I'm going to start with that one first for the attack. So starting out with the first one, because of Adrenal Flood, I'm effectively mat 9. So I'm looking for a 3 to hit your defense 12. Oh, and I got it. Whew. And normally I'm POW 13, but because of Adrenal Flood, I'm now POW 17, so I'm equal to your current armor value. So this will be straight dice for damage, 3 dice from the charge, and that's going to kill him. Bloop. Next up, coming over to here, this guy's going to attack him. Now you'll have a special ability that just triggered on these guys because they took damage, giving them +2 strength, +2 armor, as well as Pathfinder. But now we are in the range of my Instigate, so they're getting +2 strength as well, so it should cancel out that armor buff. This guy's now effectively mat 11 because of the buff there too. So I'm looking for anything but double ones to hit. Whew, hits. And again, straight dice damage. I don't know why I rolled the blue dice last time. That was just weird of me, but that's gonna kill him.
Okay, so that's the leader.
Okay, so what'll happen is when your leader dies, you actually do a field promotion. So you opt to pick one other model in the zone and you replace him with that model. So this guy's gonna get that model.
Yep.
Will get replaced with him. There you go. And that is a field promotion. He is now apparently Steve.
Yeah.
Okay. And the final attack from this little mashup here will go on right here, looking for anything but double ones to hit. And I missed. So that model gets to live because I can't roll dice apparently. You lucked out this time, buddy. But that'll also mean that all the adrenal floods are done because they're done activating. I completely forgot you do have 2 tough checks. So for the first guy here, just roll 1. He does tough, so he gets back there with 1 box left. And knocked down. Yep, so what you do is you don't actually knock the model down.
Okay.
We have a token to represent that.
Okay, and then the other guy who's there?
It is not tough, he's dead. So he's just knocked down right there. Next up, moving on to these mind slavers, I'm going to get this right at some point. They are all going to charge your highwaymen and hopefully get some work done there. We'll see where they end up. So once the charges are finished, just because the hill's a little bit difficult to stand on here, this one went and charged here, this guy charged there, then charged, and ran, and then these 2 ran as well as their leader. So looking for 7s to hit on the front arc here, so right here, needing a 7. No, that's going to miss with a 4. Here, looking for a 7. That one will hit. And what's their armor?
14.
Okay, so this will be dice -1. That's going to do 3 damage. Do they have boxes?
Nope. So,
Okay, tough check.
Let's roll it.
Yep.
Tough.
He is tough, so just knock down. Again, looking for a 7 here. And definitely got it, and that's just going to trigger a tough check on this guy as well. Nope, so that one's gone. And that one is knocked down. So taking out 1 highwayman and leaving the other one knocked down. Then lastly we go over here to this unit of mindbenders who are just going to receive a run order. And they're all just going to run into the zone where they belong. This is our zone. Not your zone. This is our zone.
Zarzone?
Zarzone.
We're in Russia now.
Sadly, these are not Khador. Okay, so that'll be the end of Convergence. Convergence isn't in this battle. Sevelix, turn 2. So my plan almost went the way I was expecting. I was expecting to do a little bit more damage on the highwayman, but I couldn't quite get the angles right for the charge. In here, you made quite a few tough checks, so that kind of backfired on me, but I'm pretty sure I got this zone on lockdown. My wrecker did what he does and wrecked, so I took out a good chunk of your war beast there, so you're down to 1. We might make it a little bit more difficult for you to get some fury. And I'm pretty sure I've got this zone on lockdown, so next turn what I'm probably going to do is continue this little push through here to try and get rid of the rest of them, even though now they're way stronger than they were before. Excellent's probably going to start making his way over here to get into this zone to try and dominate it. And I'm just going to keep having this wave of dudes keep making its way across. If the wrecker can actually kill that, he'll probably go after the stones, and hopefully that'll be a victory. But we'll see how it turns out as Trollbloods trying to counter in turn 2. So, start of Trollbloods' turn, we double checked, and the Axer is currently out of, I forgot the caster's name already.
Oh, Gristle.
Gristle's control. So, threshold check. And I
+1.
think
that's its threshold.
Yeah,
8.
you're good then.
So Gristle is going to activate, and she's going to move over here, 6 inches. Okay, so I'm just going to move my Fury on here, so that has 6 for when it wants to do stuff, and then I'm going to cast Calamity on those guys for 3.
So normally they're defense 11, but they are elevated, so they go up to defense 13. With your focus 6, you're looking for a 7 to hit. And that's definitely going to hit. So Calamity makes it +2 to attack and damage rolls on everybody from all friendly faction models. So this unit might be in trouble. So next up, I'm going to fire a spray.
It's called Sonic Blast, so it's range 8.
Okay, so spray 8 is going to catch... Looks like you do have to center it over them, so it's going to catch these 2 guys.
Okay.
Looking for a 4 to hit, so on the first one, definitely going to hit. And what's the POW?
12.
Okay, looking for a 4 to force a tough check. That's definitely going to force a tough check on the first guy here, which fails, so he's dead. And then the next one. Yep, and looking for that 4 again. Just 1 die.
Oop.
Oh no, sorry, 2 dice, you got it. My bad. And tough check. Hey, that one survives, so he's just knocked down. And next up.
I'm going to do my feat.
Okay, so her feat is called Fell Chorus. Friendly faction models currently in Her control area gained Fearless can make one additional melee attack during their activation this turn, and can make a full advance at the end of this turn, after all friendly models have ended their activations. During this movement, affected models cannot be targeted by free strikes, and while in the control area, enemy models cannot give or receive orders and can't cast spells. Affected friendly models are considered to have been affected by a Fel Call this turn. All friendly models and units already affected by Fel Calls this turn are not affected by Fel Chorus, and this will last for 1 round. And after checking the control range, is going to affect all of these guys, all the way around here. These two, but not the knockdown guy. Next up, the Highwayman.
So he's going to forfeit his movement so he can do attacks, and then I'll move everybody else.
Okay, so they'll stand up. So they've all turned around like so. Starting off with this guy right here, he's already knocked down, so you automatically hit him in melee.
Okay.
And this is going to be POW 10. So looking for basically a 5. Oh,
Nope.
not quite. But thanks to Calamity, that does take effect, so he has to make another tough check. 5+. No, he's done. And then the second attack going against the other Drudge, looking for... That's going to hit, because they're terrible defense. And then... Yep, so that'll force a tough check. And he toughs and is knocked down. And the extra one, now I am knocked down, so it automatically hits, so just looking for that 4. Got it, forcing the tough check again. And he toughs again.
Do him.
Next up is that guy, so automatically hitting. And forcing the tough check. Which fails, and he is done. Blah. So that looks like this guy's only got range on him, so the first attack, looking to see if it hits. That'll hit, and then looking for that 4. That's gonna force a tough, which is failed, so he is gone. This one going down the hill to hit this guy here. That definitely hits. And definitely forces a tough check. Could have done that with 1 die. But he passes and is knocked down. But you have your next attack, which automatically hits.
Damage.
No, not quite. Only got a 3.
And last one.
That's gonna do it with a 7. And tough check. Failed. He's gone. Last attack here, going on that Drudge. Will hit with a 10. And that's gonna force a tough. And failed. So this Drudge is gone as well. Next up is your Pistola.
She's going to shoot her first shot at that guy.
Alright, so forfeiting movement to get an aiming bonus, which is nice. So you're going to get +2 to your roll here. And that's going to hit. And looking for a 4 here. That's going to force a tough check. And toughs, so just knocked down there. So you're going to shoot the same target?
Yeah, shoot the same one.
Alright, so anything but double ones. Ooh, almost did the same thing I did there. And looking for that 4. And you got it, exactly. Right, 5 up. No! There goes my Drudge. And getting the free 6-inch advance from Run and Gun. Next up is going to be your...
Warders.
Yep.
And they're just going to move. So to there.
So he moves up to within reach range of that Drudge.
And this guy's going to go up and hit that guy.
Alrighty. And then the one who's knocked down just going to forfeit movement?
Yep.
Alright. Starting off with that guy there, he has a mat value of...
5. Oh, 7.
7. Oh, okay. Looking for 4s to hit. That'll hit. And then 3 dice, because you're a weapon master as well. You're looking for a 6 to force a tough check. That's definitely going to do it. Alright, so 5 up. No, he is gone. Blah. Next up is going to be this guy.
He's going to aim at that guy first.
Yep. That's going to hit. And then with weapon master, looking for that 6 again. Oh, yeah. And no, he's gone. Blah. Second attack, thanks to Fel Chorus, will hit. And looking for that 6. Nailed it. Tough check. Haha, just knocked down. Next up is here. That's going to connect. Forcing a tough, which is failed. This guy right here is going to swing for that Drudge. And it's going to connect. Definitely enough damage there. And no tough. So that's gone.
And then he's going to attack.
This one? Yep. Go for that 6. Got it. And no tough. Oh, I'm losing Drudges here.
So the Axa is going to regen, so he gets a Fury.
Alright, and regen's D3. 3 hit.
3.
Nice. Giving him back his body. So now he can make full attacks here. So swinging at my wrecker. Looking for a 5 to hit, or a 4 to hit. That hits. And what's the POW?
The POW is 14.
POW 14, this will be dice -3 for damage. And that's going to do 5 damage to, we need to roll a column here. 5 damage to the 2. Buying another attack here. And looking for a 4. Got it.
And it's a crit.
It is a critical. What is your critical effect? Correction, it was a star action, not a critical, so no critical effect takes place. So dice -4. 1 damage to the 4. Correction, that was 2 damage to the 4. It was POW 14, not 12. And next up is the Creelstone.
They're just gonna move over here, and then they're gonna be casting their Fury Vault thing.
Okay, and which one are they gonna do?
They're doing. It's just a bubble for +2 armor.
All right. All right, and that will bring us to the end of Trollbloods turn 2. Very effective, definitely taking out quite a few drudges here. My flank is suffering, but I have this side of the board pretty much on lockdown, so I think that's where I'm going to have to try and pull out a victory here as we go into Cephalix turn 3. Starting off, getting all of my focus back, and going to allocate 3 over to my Wrecker. Starting off over here, I'm just going to have my Agitator move up to right here and Instigate. Then I'm going to have this unit of guys activate, and what I'm actually going to do is have this guy channel through these 3. Actually, maybe not. I have to do the math. I'll be right back. So I did the math really quick, and I'm going to have to do it. So first things first, I'm going to channel Adrenal Flood through these 3 into these 3. So these 3 guys are going to die. And these 3 guys get a nice little boost and a 4-inch advance, so they're just going to come up here to get their advance. And then the movement's going to start, and they're all going to move into the half-inch melee range. And these guys are all going to move up. So the first attack there, looking for anything but double 1s to hit because your defense 12 against my mat 11. And that's going to connect. It's going to be straight dice damage, so the first attack is going to do 9 damage to the 6. And the next guy's going to swing here, looking for anything but double 1s. Oh, that was close, with a 3. And then straight dice damage. I think that kills you. How many boxes do you have left?
I have 8 boxes left.
I just did 11 damage, so he's dead. And there goes the Axer, and out of range to get the Fury. Next up over here, I'm going to start off by having my Agitator just move right up here, in the thick of it, and Instigate. Then I'm going to activate the Mind Benders, and I'm actually going to have this one put a Adrenal Flood on him, so he'll die. This one is going to put an Adrenal Flood on this one, so this one's going to die. And then this one will actually put it on the knockdown model right there, and this one will die. And then this model's just going to move up to right here and try and hit that guy. Looking for a 5 to hit here. That's going to hit. And it's going to be dice -4 for damage. I don't know why I keep grabbing that blue die. And wow! There we go. That's a tough check. Check on him. No! I got one! Next up, going to this group here. This one's going to forfeit its movement to stand up. And then this one is going to charge here. This one is going to charge here. And charge. And charge. There we go. So we got charges everywhere. Starting off with the one who has Adrenal Flood but didn't charge with the +2. Looking for anything but double 1s. And that will hit. Not charging, this will be dice -2. And that'll force a tough check. And toughs, so he's good. It means that he's knocked down, so it's going to be this one now attacking him. And so just tough check. There we go. Blah.
And promotion.
Yep.
I'm going to promote that guy.
Okay. Over to the charge against your Pistolier here. And she's defense 12 as well?
She's defense 13.
13, okay. So I need a 3. And I got it. Dice +2 for damage. And that's going to be 10 damage, forcing a tough check. And not tough. Ooh, there she goes. And this guy on that one, not double 1s. That's going to hit. And dice -3, no, dice -2 is going to do 8. So, yeah. No, and he's gone. So, Excellent Thexus is going to activate, and I need to measure some stuff really quick. So, Excellent Thexus is going to move 6 inches to over here, and I just broke him. I'm going to spend 2 and actually cast Telekinesis, which is a 2-inch placement on my Wrecker. He's going to go right there. And spend another 2 on Exelon himself to give him a 2-inch placement to put him just toe in the zone there. That's going to be it for Exelon. So now we go over to my Wrecker, who is going to charge this guy. Nobody within 10 inches, so I do have to spend a focus to do this. So that is definitely going to be a successful charge, getting me right where I need to be. And I have the back arc plus the bonus, so I need basically anything but double ones to hit. And that'll hit. Barely. Dice -2 for damage. That's going to do 7 damage. And not needing to buy another attack. Swing with the other arm there. That's going to hit and instantly force a tough check. And oh, there he goes. And before that, I will use the beat back just to put myself right there. And that will trigger chain attack bloodbath. So swinging at this guy, that will hit, and he is armor
13.
13. Oh, okay. So that's just gonna be a tough check, and not tough.
Actually,
Which will put me another inch forward to swing at that guy. Applying another attack against that guy there, and now I do need at least something to hit. That'll definitely hit and force a tough check. Which was made, so he's just knocked down. So I'll buy another attack and force another tough check just to see if I can kill him. Nope, so he's just stuck there. And that will bring us to the end of Cephalic's turn 3, where I will score 3 points. 1 for controlling here, and 2 for dominating here. So that puts me at 3. Never mind, totally forgot about these guys, so just gonna move up. And I guess I should probably engage a little bit here, so moving up to there. See if I can do some damage. So starting off swinging against him. That will hit, and nothing. Okay, this guy here will hit with an 8, and nope, no damage there. Right here will hit, and oh no, that's your defense 12, right?
Yep.
Nope, that was an 11. And then right here will miss. Now we've reached the end of Cephalic turn 3, where I score 3 points. Going over to Trollbloods. Okay, so we've done some quick math here, and it turns out that it is first to 5, so if he ends his turn and doesn't have somebody in here, I will score 2 points and win. But the same thing also applies to this zone over here, where if he doesn't have anyone in this zone at the end of his turn, I will score 1 point, and then I can just instantly end my turn and score another point, and that will give me the win there. So at this point, David has decided to call it. Very good game, sir. Awkward left-handed handshake. Very fun. Is there anything that you'd like to say from your first game of Warmachine?
This thing's terrifying, and apparently trolls get mincemeated by it.
It is.
But other than that, like, it's ridiculously fun. It's just that guy's evil and smash through all of my good guys.
From playing this game, is there any tactics that you've learned to try a little bit differently, or anything you've learned from the way to play trolls?
Troll, like, all of my bubble around this, getting the extra armor, I shouldn't have forgotten to do it at the start, I don't think. But I kind of think that with this, try and stick around it, and stick together, and don't get smashed.
Yeah.
And also maybe keep my war beasts back a bit more, and keep them safe.
Well, it didn't help that my feet basically pulled you the extra 2 inches I needed to get you in. Yeah, one thing that I've learned from playing trolls and dealing with them is that they brick really, really well when they're all really close together. So you kind of try to divide and conquer a little bit here. We had a couple guys go over this way and a couple guys over this way, so it was really easy for me to just kind of pull you out of your own little bubbles and zones.
Yeah.
So definitely some learning there. But anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoyed that. As always, Vault members, go ahead and click the link below to see another Warmachine/Hordes battle report. If you're not already a Vault member, go ahead and click the link anyway. You'll get access to a 7-day free trial where you get to see another Warmachine or Hordes battle report, as well as all the extra stuff that we have here, like open vaults, behind the scenes, painted tutorials, extra sit-and talks, and just more battle reports. All the battle reports. All the battle reports.
Every single one.
Slow zoom in on your face.
Every single battle report.
All right.
Death Star.
So, as always, guys, hopefully you enjoyed that, and leave any comments below for any tips, tactics to help David out, as well as any rules errors that we may have made, just to kind of correct them in the future. But thank you so much for watching. Happy wargaming.